Hey YouTube, nice to see everybody on a Friday. Doug, how are you doing?
It's Friday, and I've already had a full day. I started about 2 o'clock this morning. So
Awesome.
yeah,
It's
been a great day.
almost end of day for you. That's great.
Yeah.
I noticed that we've got Bitcoin dabbling in around 57 today, right? That's great. We're that much closer to 6,000.
Right. Exactly. Just really close, Deb.
It's on
Uh
sale. It's on sale.
yeah.
I think
Yeah. And
57 is a
and
nice.
we'll look at our limit orders we did
Oh,
a few days ago. I forget when we did those limit orders, but we'll go back and look at those because I think there's an adjustment we should make in one of them. So we'll do that.
excellent. Excellent. All right. Well, let's get started then. What are we going to start? Are we going to start with Bitcoin then, or?
Let's start looking at the charts because that'll bring up Bitcoin and then that'll lead into what we do, I think, with the limit orders. And then I'm going to leave with a special announcement on something that's coming in Otherverse at the end.
Ooh,
So hang in there for the end because there is something that you will definitely want to hear about.
excellent. And
So,
since you're talking about Otherverse, just for a moment, let me remind everybody that we do have people in our in the betaverse, right? In Otherverse.
Betaverse, that's a good
Metaverse.
one.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so if you are in as a beta tester or you have your own avatar, please join us at 11 a.m. this morning Pacific time and again at 2 p.m. Pacific time. We've got so you want to protect your investment, right? So you've got coins, you've got an avatar. Come on in and help show that we've got people in the other verse as investors are coming through and having a look at what we've got. We'd
Yeah,
love to see you there.
yeah. I think that's really nice because they get to see people moving around and they get the whole image, right? Instead of just going and seeing a room and nothing happening. So,
Right.
yeah, a lot of fun. So come and join us. We'll have a good time. So,
We'll
all
meet
right,
you on the
Deb.
dance floor.
So you have another reminder that we aren't investor. What are we? We're not. We're
We are rocket scientists, but
oh,
we are not financial advisors.
there you go.
Right. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So guys, don't please never trade with money that you can't afford to lose. Never spend your mortgage, never spend your grocery money. Just spend any extra money that you have laying around that you want to dabble in crypto. That's what you should be using. If you have a large amount set aside that you can dabble with, by all means, dabble.
Hmm.
And go to our website, nSights DeFi Trader.io, and come in and join us. Get yourself a trading platform so that you can follow along and do some of the things that Doug is doing with us.
Yeah. So Deb, you say don't use my grocery money, but can I use my Starbucks money?
Starbucks is an excellent idea. You know, there's a book called, what is that book called? Coffee. It's not called Coffee Money. Anyway, it is all about if you're a regular Starbucks user, if you figure out how to get your coffee fix another way, take that money every single day and save it. And it's amazing how quickly you've got a bundle of cash over here that you can absolutely come on in and get some Bitcoin with,
I have a whole new meaning to Folgers in the can.
right?
So there you go. All right. Am I sharing my screen there, Deb?
You
All
are.
right. So I'm going to go through this really quick, guys. I don't want to make this a real long call. The first thing I want to do is just kind of review what I have going on in my grids. And I'm going to do this really simple or simply. And you guys can see how fast this could kind of be. I can see that I have two open trades here. I'm just going to click on that. First thing I'm looking at, are they deep enough for me to cost average? If not, I'm not going to do anything with them. They're fine. So these need to go much deeper before I can do anything with them. If they're going to go deeper or they need to play out, right? My next one is in objective here. I'm going to click on that. Still not deep enough that I want to do anything. So leave it alone, let it play out. And my last one is Bitcoin, which that's what we did our limit orders in. And we're going to look at that. Definitely not deep enough for me to do
No, yeah.
anything or even add another trade. I don't want to add another trade here. I have 3 trades in limit orders in Bitcoin. So all of my grids are doing just fine. Don't need to touch them. Don't need to do anything to them. I'm going to go over to trade now, where the
And
limit orders are. Go ahead, Deb.
yeah, just to reiterate, guys, nSights is an automated trading platform. It's going to do everything for you. It's going to even cost average when the price drops for
That's
you
right.
according to your settings. What we come on every day, this channel is for educational purposes only. So what we do is we come on and we teach you how to trade, how to think about what your next move might be. And we've built nSights so that all of those tools are available to you to use manually, or set it up and let nSights, set it and forget it. Let nSights do all the work for you. So it's your choice.
And it does a darn good job.
Darn good job. Yes.
All right. So I'm in limit orders, and with that being said, Deb, we set up 3 limit orders at $25, $50, and $100 for buying Bitcoin.
Yes, we do.
And I can see 2 of them have already executed and bought that Bitcoin for me. I can click on here, and we can see that target was at this price. I had $50 and I bought this much Bitcoin. The current price and the target price here was the target price we were trying to buy at, and it actually ended up executing at 58,797. And what we do is actually give you the realized number less the fees and stuff. So this is the real number that you got here, and this is the real amount of Bitcoin you got. So that is done. But I have one sitting down here for $100 in Bitcoin, and I have my target price at 56. And I can see it's still working because we know the market's doing what, Deb?
It's going down.
It is going down.
But it hasn't hit 56 yet.
And it hasn't hit 6,000, which is 6,000 is in this number, Deb. I want you to see that.
Oh, it sure is. Look at that.
Yeah,
I think you
there
were
you go.
thinking 6,000. You accidentally added a 5 to that.
There you go. Okay, so the question is do I want to keep this number, right? So I'm going to copy that number. I'm going to come up here to the charts and confirm I am in fact on Bitcoin, right? And I'm going to put a horizontal line on the chart, and I can put it anywhere on the chart here in TradingView. Thank you, TradingView. Love their charts. Put it anywhere on here, and I'll make it a little bit thicker for you guys. Okay, so you can see it. I'm going to double click on that line. I'm going to go to coordinates. I'm going to back this out, and I'm just going to paste in that number, 56. And now it puts my line where I'm targeting. Now what I want to do is look at that and say, am I happy with that?
Right. Is that what you still want? Knowing what we know now, right? Because what we didn't know 4 days ago when we set these up, we didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know if Bitcoin was going to go up. We didn't know if Bitcoin was going to go down. Now we know because 2 of the trades were taken. We've got a 3rd trade that we have set that's open, and now we can reevaluate what's going on and maybe change our mind about it.
Right. And what I can see from that is that I'll put another line right here, right? I can see that I had barriers here, 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 here. Guess what the market did? It honored it right there, and we're on it again. So the market seems to be paying attention to barriers, and specifically this one, because we can see that the market has reacted to that barrier many times. And if I go back, yeah, sure enough, I go back over here, this was a pretty significant barrier. But if I also go back over here, okay, and I'll put another line, and I'm glad I did this because it gives me more information, more data for my trading brain to kind of work with, even though it's been up since 2 o'clock. Right. I can kind of see that I hit this barrier and bounced off, went above, came back, bounced up, bounced down, came up, actually hesitated on it again, came back. And if you look real closely, we went up, we came back to it, took off, almost came back to it, held it here, took off here, came over here. We broke right through it in this hard down. That happens. Came right back to it, honored it here, up to it, down, wrote it again right here, honored it here. I don't think the barrier is as significant as this one up here was, but it's definitely a price range that the market is holding. Now, the 56 range, I got a little bit here, a little bit here, definitely here, here. Nothing over in here. The 56 range is okay. Might be better down here. But if I want to get in, I might need to pay attention to this range because I may not get down here. Now, if I don't care if I get down there and I'm okay if I miss the trade, then I leave things alone. But if it's Bitcoin and I want to accumulate it and I want to be maybe a little bit more aggressive, right? I may need to look at, changing to like 56.9 or 5,700 even. Maybe let's see, where's 57? Yeah, maybe 5,700 could be a better range or a better number if I want to be aggressive and get in if this barrier doesn't hold, right? If this barrier holds, I won't get into this trade. But it's another 2% down, right? And 56, right around 56 there, that's pretty darn close. That's another 3% down, or 3.8. So it's a little bit over 1% difference between the two. For 1%, do I want to risk missing the trade is what I got to ask, Deb.
Right.
And I got to ask, which is the stronger barrier? And if I'm not going to play this barrier, then the stronger barrier is really deeper. It's down around 54. Right. So potentially down around that 54 number. So 56 doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me right now. So now I can go into my trades here. I'm at trades. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to archive this one here. Okay. I can see that I can't really edit this right now. So my only option in limit orders is to basically delete the trade and archive it. I think in a future version, any working order will be able to edit that, but I have other things that we're building that are much, much more important and seriously much more exciting. So we'll hold off on that one a little bit. Okay, but archive this, right? So I hit archive. And no, I do not want to convert to Otherverse. I'll say no to that and confirm the archive. Okay, done. Now I can see that $100 is now on ice, so to speak, right? So I'm going to go back to limit orders.
And actually what happened was the BUSD, the 100, went right back into your mid wallet. So
that is correct.
Sitting on ice in your mid wallet. It's not doing anything for Doug to just sit by itself in the mid wallet.
I got worried for a second. Okay. Yep, I have my phone. All right. So I'm just going to go back in and I have $198 here.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put 102. Okay. Because it rounded down to 98. And, I want at least $100 in Bitcoin.
I thought I was the only one that did that.
Yeah. Okay. OCD, ADA, whatever those initials are, I'm probably it. So, let's just leave it at that and we'll all have a better weekend. Okay. So let me find nSights here. Here we go. I'm down to my 2FA.
$102 is going to leave you 96, Doug.
It's going to leave me 96?
Yeah, it has to be the other way. 98 in there will leave you 100.
No,
Are you trying to leave money in your mid wallet?
No, I'm trying to get more Bitcoin.
Oh, okay.
It's going, what? I've been up since 2. Okay, what is she saying?
I thought your OCD was trying to make
make my balance equal.
Yes. Because that's what
Deb, I have a cognitive dissonance problem because now I don't know if I want to balance my wallet or if I want to balance my Bitcoin.
See?
What are you doing to me on Friday, man? 686. Oh gosh, now I'm typing in the wrong place. Okay, hang on.
Uh,
All right, let's go back to
Take it all. Use it all.
102. Use it all. Let it ride. Okay, it is a weekend. All right, it's getting ready to roll over here on my 2FA. 515. All right, I'm going to create the order. Confirm. Oh, hang on. I didn't demonstrate. And I almost see I got to set this at
and
57, and you got me talking and laughing.
I was still thinking about, I wish you were leaving 100 exactly in your BUSD so you could have 2 trades at 50.
Don't let your OCD or ADA mess your trade up, guys, because it will if you don't focus and pay attention.
Yes. So what Doug did right there was he changed the price that he wants this buy to happen. So if he would have left it where it is, it would have taken soon. It
was taken right now.
Yeah, it was right at market. So
right.
You want to set your limit order at the price you actually want it to buy.
And remember, my price was 56.
Right.
And now I've changed it to 57, and my 2FA has changed again. So
now you're saying, okay, you don't have to go down quite as far.
Right. And if it does dip a little bit, I at least want to try to get this order in. If it goes deeper, who cares? I've bought Bitcoin. Right. Unless it goes to Deb 6,000, and then I do care because I'm going to buy a ton.
Whole bunch.
Okay.
Working.
There it is. 102, working, target 57. I'm in the game. Okay. So I've already bought these two. And I'm waiting to see if I can buy my $102 worth of Bitcoin at 57. So exciting, right?
Excellent. Yes, very exciting stuff. I love it.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about Otherverse a little bit. Let me stop sharing this. And this will be what I leave you guys. And for you guys that do our Saturday call, we will not be having a call tomorrow.
Right.
Right.
And you got a holiday weekend, Doug.
Yeah, Labor Day, I get to work more.
Right?
So,
labor means work.
That's what Peter and I always say. Okay, so no work for you guys tomorrow, no call tomorrow. And but there are things coming in Otherverse. So I went to Peter and Brian a number of days ago. I won't give exact dates, but it talked about building a convention center in Otherverse. There'll be a number of things that we'll be building, but I talked to them about wanting to build a convention center, and we're building a really, really unique convention center that will have, you think about the Otherverse or metaverse concepts, right? We can have the same convention center working multiple times in the metaverse world or Otherverse world, right? And so we're building what will be NFTs, and I won't go into details on those, but you'll be able to own a piece of the convention center and own the ability to have your own private booth. You'll be in control of the booth. You could lease out the booth to upcoming conventions. There'll be a whole thing that you can do. You can have multiple booths, or I'll give you one clue. You can have a single booth that can be used multiple times, all at the same time, in consecutive at once, right? So, and we have people that want to potentially run this convention center for us they do real estate and convention centers in real. So we're really putting together something that I think is going to be super exciting. And again, because you guys are part of who we are and what we're doing, and you're listening to these calls, you guys are the first to know. So not a lot of detail, but if you know what I know, you're getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning too, because you can't sleep. So a lot of really cool stuff coming, guys. When I tell you some of the concepts that I laid out for the programmers today on what you can do with your personal booth, see you eBay, see you Amazon later, because there's things that you're going to be able to do that are going to be super exciting. So
Yeah.
I think the potential of owning a space in the metaverse in a convention is going to be super cool for a lot of people. So again, just a little teaser, get you
Little
guys
snippet.
excited, and that's coming in the next 2 weeks for sure. Maybe by the end of next week, but that's my goal. But it will be within the next, I think, 2 weeks potentially for sure. Programmers told me 2.5 to 3 weeks. I didn't accept that, so so we're moving that up a little bit, and I'm going to crunch them to see if I can get this done faster for everybody, because we have investors coming in, we got people coming into Otherverse, and we're starting to build excitement. And
Yeah.
this is like great stuff.
For
So,
sure, for sure.
all right.
Hey, Doug, let me just real quick, because there is always this weird confusion around NFTs. So, guys, when NFTs first came out, there was a lot of focus on a piece of art, right? Own a piece of art, and there's only
Picture of me, Deb.
yeah, exactly. Own a picture of Doug, and there's only one in the world because it belongs to a contract that is in my wallet. I
Right.
own it. That's the only one, right? And but what we realized over time was that NFTs, the real value, not the real value, that is real value, right? There's real value in a piece of Doug, a picture of Doug for sure. But in a unique, anyway, but the value of an NFT is in its utility. How can you use that NFT? How can you use the value tied to the NFT? And that's what Doug's talking about, right?
Yeah.
You're going to have an NFT, but it's going to have value behind it, which will be involved inside of a convention center. I'm certainly not going to give any more detail,
Right.
but having a
Yeah.
space inside, I mean, reusable, Doug, what?
Totally.
Right.
And usable in multiple dimensions. So, but what you're talking about, Deb, is that the NFT has utility through a smart contract.
Yes.
And that smart contract is what is really the value. Now, granted, a picture of me is super valuable,
Huge.
but a smart contract that has use in a virtual world that you own becomes a whole different ball game, guys.
Yes.
And everybody that didn't knew anything about NFTs 2 years ago began to understand that, yeah, having a meme coin of a dog or an ape or whatever is cool, but really the long-term value of NFTs are going to be the contracts that those NFTs represent. So, yeah, we are there.
Exciting stuff.
Love it.
Super exciting.
Love it, love it, love
Guys,
it.
don't
So,
forget today, if you do have an avatar, to please come join us, come into Otherverse so that we can hang out with you. We'll be on the dance floor, I'm sure. That's where Doug and I usually start, is on the dance floor.
that's where I take my best pictures.
Right? Yes. So, but anyway, there's several different rooms that the demos will be going on inside of that we would love you to be there, practice waving, practice moving your avatar around. Anyway, 11 a.m. Pacific and 2 p.m. Pacific are the two times today that we'd love to have everybody join us in Otherverse. Excellent call, Doug. Thank you so much.
Lots of fun.
We'll
All right, guys. We'll
No
see
call.
you in the Otherverse. No call tomorrow.
No call Saturday, and we'll see you back live here on Monday, Doug. Yeah?
Oh, but Monday's Labor Day.
Oh,
We'll see you on Wednesday.
we'll see you on Wednesday. Excellent.
Good point, Deb.
Right. I didn't even realize it when I said it. Excellent. All right. Bye, everyone.